You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth!
Oh, I believe you can. Welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. It is 0 dark 30. We're blasting out of the bunker and engaging the world yet again. I hope you're doing well, folks. I'm kind of getting used to this getting up in the middle of the night crap and just fuck it. Who needs sleep? I tell you, I need sleep. I could use sleep. I'm getting a little bit of sleep, just enough. And here's the deal, folks. And I think this is important before we get to the news headlines for this video. Self-defense. They're trying to wear us down. Understand that. That is their goal. This war we're in, this total SHTF attack on America, our rights, our liberties, our belief systems, our morals, our traditions, our laws, our Constitution, our Declaration of Independence, our institutions of higher education, basic education, the military, our finance, monetary, that's right, economic policies, beliefs, traditions, they're all under attack. And what is it doing? It's wearing us out. It's wearing us down. That is their goal, folks. That's their intention. Have you, I've stopped. Have you? I've stopped and wondered. Why is it fucking Biden at his age is still in politics? Why is it Nancy Pants is still in politics? She's a freaking dinosaur, for real. She's a dinosaur. Turtles McConnell, what the fuck is he doing in there still after decades? Why can't they enjoy life, folks? Because they are at war. They don't care about the country, in my opinion. My sarcastic, my satirical, my sardonic, my cynical opinion, these people, folks, these people, they're at war with us. When you fight a war, you don't just say, I've had enough, I quit, right? You fight a war to the end. And these people are fighting a war against America. They hate America. Maybe at one time they were patriotic. Maybe at one time they were less cynical about freedom and liberty. Maybe at one time they just had a couple of doubts about their love for America. But that has been exploited with money and power. And these people are evil and corrupt. And they won't quit. They won't go away. Their job is to destroy us. And they're doing it. They're trying. Right? They want to wear us down. They want us to give in. They want us to give a little here and give a little there until one day we wake up and discover we've got nothing left to give these people as they continue to demand absolute obedience. Wow. That's what they're doing. That's why we feel exhausted, tired, beat on. Folks, for us, a lot of people, prepping is a hobby, a second or third tier responsibility, just in case, right? Following politics, geopolitics, following, shall we say, national news. I want to be broad-based and broad-brushed on this. Just following what happens in the world. It's kind of a hobby for people. They're just kind of semi-curious. They want to know what's going on, but they have no real axe that they want to bring to the table to grind. And so after a while, they get bored. They're like, why bother? Why continue? They just don't care enough because they're not at war. Well, guess what, folks? I am, and I have been since I was a kid. I'm driven to resist evil and tyranny, folks, because I know what evil and tyranny want. They don't just say, let's try some gun control. And if it doesn't work, we'll give you your guns back. Yeah, that's how this works. We're gonna try abandoning the Fourth and Fifth Amendments to the Constitution. We'll see how that works. And if you guys don't like it, we'll give them back. Yeah, bullshit. They're here to take everything permanently and forever. That's what these people are about. Literally, that's what they are about. So, now, understanding who they are and why we're so beat on and tired. We now understand that. Okay, that's why they won't quit and go away. As fossilized as they are, and why we need to continue to be, shall we say, persistent, tenacious, and not give up on what we're doing, which is resisting evil. Evil knows no limits, no bounds, and has no timetable, because all it wants to do is destroy. Now, the headline, hey, Governor Abbott in Texas steps up like a man, like a boss, like a leader, and says, you know what? Mexican drug cartels, we are classifying as terrorists. They're a terrorist threat. They're a terrorist organization. They're terrorists. Why is he doing this? Well, understand the world, folks. Big, little, right? Micro, macro, small, big, right? You and I, we have self-defense issues on the micro level, our little personal world, right? We're like, okay, that 10-mile radius, that's our very personal little world. That's what I have to focus on. That's me. And so we're concerned about, food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, our plan, right? That's our Maslowian hierarchical pyramid. We have to put that foundation down so we can live. Well, when you get to the bigger level, like the state, you end up having to think like Governor Abbott or Governor DeSantis. And if you're the enemy of the people, like Gavin Newsom, right? Now, so what are they up to? Right. Well, on the state level, Gavin Newsom's trying to tear down and destroy California. And what a fine job he's doing. But in Texas, Governor Abbott says, hey, look, the federal government is supposed to protect our state. And state, folks, is synonymous with nation. Only in the United States of America do we consider a state less than a nation in common parlance. Right? We think of city, county, state, and then federal government as being all-encompassing and overpowering. When in truth, in reality, and in law and fact, the United States government is not superior to states in all ways. Hello, 10th Amendment. Hello, sovereign nature of a state. For example, let me back a little bit up here. England is a state. Germany is a state. Russia is a state. Right? They are states. They are also nations. You've heard the term city-state to refer to countries. Yeah, small countries like Rome is a city-state, and the city of London is right. So the point is that the federal government has special authority and special, shall we say, obligations, duties that they're supposed to uphold and take care of. Very few is what it was intended as, but it was so that all states could be treated equally in the United States in this union. And the government's failing to do its job. It is not protecting the border. It is doing all it can to encourage the destruction of individual and state sovereignty. And so the state of Texas has said, you know what, we've had it with your shit. We're going to protect our own border, and they're starting to do that and put things in line. And they've said, hey, we're now going to designate organizations as terrorists because the state, which means the state of Texas, the state of the legal forum, right? The state of Texas says we have enemies at our level. And the federal government, i.e. Washington, D.C., has no intention of doing its job, of living up to its obligation, of fulfilling its role as protector of all states. So here we are. Literally, here we are, folks. Texas is now going to have to start acting like its own nation state. And in fact, Texas is one of the states that is most adamant about it being its own free republic and that it voluntarily associates through the United States Constitution. Now, in truth, in fact, in law, in reality, all the United States is is a tight-knit organization that has a history and tradition of working together and accepting the U.S. Constitution as guidelines and rules. I said the word guidelines intentionally. It's a set of rules that they're supposed to be governed by. And you can leave. You can leave a marriage, right? You can quit your job. So why can't a state leave a union? Why does it take literally an act of God, Congress, and then you have to wait for the acceptance of the federal government if you choose to leave? I don't think so. But it is worth going to war over, apparently, and killing people. So Texas is not saying we're seceding from the union. Texas is saying, you know what? You guys don't want to do your job, we will. We're designating these criminal organizations, these drug cartels, of being terrorist organizations, because that's what they're doing. They're using terror to influence politics and people's behavior. Threats and acts of violence, folks, is what terror is about. Cartels deal with violence, theft, prostitution, drugs, and murder for hire, amongst other things. How about political bribery? How about extortion? Yeah, that too. Folks, criminal organizations have in the past, today, and always will do what they can to quietly, peaceably influence political decisions. So Texas is now starting to act like its own country, its own free republic, in self-defense, right? If you're being picked on by the bully in school and you don't take some action, what happens? The bully owns your ass, right? The bully owns you. So you have to, in self-defense, state who the bully is, the bad guys, and stand up for yourself and start taking action. Because in school, right, the left-wing radical bullies that want to destroy you, they're protected by the teacher, the administrative authority of the school. That's kind of like the United States government. It's doing all it can to allow the criminal behavior, the terrorist behavior of these cartels. So you can't rely on them. Governor Abbott can't rely on them. Governor DeSantis can't rely on them. They're tired of relying on Biden. Folks, these are steps we're taking as we head to the dissolution of the United States as we know it. The secession, if you will. We're going to fight, folks, on the micro level, on our individual levels. And we're going to fight on the macro. As above, so below. With big as is with little. It is scalable. Understand that. What's your opinion? Think about it. Oh, I love, folks, waking up nice and early and enjoying all of these thoughts. Right? All of these thoughts. Chance favors the prepared mind. Right? Is yours. Semper Fi, folks, means always faithful. And Godspeed to you.